Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Working Horse with Jim. We have decided this week that we might do a few more extra videos just because there's a lot of stuff going on, for one. For two, it's raining out, so it kind of limits me as to what I can be doing as far as logging and plowing, and just a bunch of things I'm doing right now that are not a little bit different. So as you can see, we have June and Bree in their winter stalls. This is where they're going to spend this winter, their first year together in stalls during the winter time. Last night, for the very first time, we brought June in here and tied her up and kind of thought she'd pull at the rope a little bit, you know, being totally new. Well, she did not pull at all, and this is the first time she was tied up last night. This morning, so after she was inside for a couple hours, I let her back outside to be with Lady, and I kept Bree in. And then this morning, I brought June back in, and I'm gonna leave her here for a little while because we're gonna do a little bit of trimming today, hoof trimming, and we'll see how that goes. But what I wanted to show even first thing this morning is how she is going to react when I drive through with the skid steer. Now, she's seen the skid steer some. I can't even remember. She may have been in the pen out in where Lady is even now when I went through with the skid steer. I'm not really sure. But she's surely never been away from her mother with the skid steer. And this is a different spot. She's never been with the skid steer going through. So anyways, I'm going to start the skid steer up and come on in and clean the barns. And let's see how she reacts. So how did Bree do? How did June do, Brenda?
I think she did perfectly fine.
Didn't bother her at all?
No, I don't think so.
That's wonderful.
She seemed a little more scared when you went by the second time, but not really. She just kind of backed over towards Bree.
So neither one of these two have had any work hardly at all, meaning me leading them around or fooling with them in any way for most of the summer, actually. So I've got to start getting back on doing that, and hopefully I can show you some of the things that even that we're doing on them.
It's time for Lady to get her hooves trimmed up, so it's been a little while, so Jim is getting ready to do that. Lady is the first to get trimmed today, and there will be 3 more to go after this. Jim was blessed with 2 new rasps recently by very kind viewers, and we just want to thank you. We appreciate your thought. One down, 15 more to go with all the rest he's got to do today.
Lady's feet are all trimmed. Pat. Fire. So now that we have Lady done, we have 3 more to go today. I'm going to get Duke in the stocks and trim his feet up and possibly even put shoes on him. And then both Bree and June need their feet trimmed, and as you can see, Bree has decided to take a little snooze, so she's out for the count here. And so we got to do these two. These two will have to be done on the floor, and partially because of that, and partially because it was just an option. I had to go down to my neighbor Andy this morning to pick up some nails and a couple of shoes, and so I asked him if he had extra time, and he said he actually did today, which is unusual for him. So he said he was willing to come up and do a little trimming himself, so I asked him if he'd come up and do the ones that need to be done without the shoeing stocks. So I will help him get that done when he gets here. So he's supposed to be here any minute now, so I'm not going to bother starting on Duke till after he leaves, or maybe this afternoon. I've never been a big fan of these double stalls with not having a partition in between the horses, because they tend to turn like this, and there's always a chance of them stepping on each other, but neither one of these have shoes on, so that's just not an issue. But I do prefer the regular straight stalls with full partitions. but that's not what I have here, and this will work just fine, and it will actually teach them to get along and learn some manners, although I'm not seeing any manners being shown right here right now. Okay guys, we were waiting on Andy, but he just showed up actually, and he's starting on trimming up Bree's feet, and I will go help him with June as soon as he's ready to do that. But till then I have a few minutes, so I'm going to work in the sawmill and show you a few things. We're just cutting some 1x12s for a customer of mine, a long-standing customer of mine. Hi Leslie, we're getting this stuff done for you. And so yeah, we've got to do 55 1x12 by 10s. We have 2 nice 10-footers that we'll put on the mill and get sawed up. So here we are getting June trimmed up. And Andy's finishing up on her last leg. The hind legs are so much better than her front legs. But yeah, we got it done.
There.
Good morning, everybody. Yesterday, things didn't go quite as planned. I was hoping to get, whoops, oh, man. I thought my ball was in place, but it wasn't in place. Hang on, I'm gonna pull ahead a little bit, hopefully it'll drop in place. That's kind of a rough way to put the trailer in place, but I wasn't paying attention and taking care of business properly, and but all's well. So I gotta hitch my chain up and lock the ball in place. So like I said this morning, we're back at work, and yesterday did not go quite as planned. I was hoping to get Duke trimmed up and shoes on, and I didn't. Things came up and I just didn't get to it. This morning, I have to go and take Bill up to Eli's to have his shoes reset. Now you're probably thinking, my goodness, you got enough people shoeing your horses, doing your horse's feet, and I do. I'm very fortunate. Eli is my main shoer, and he does great, but he really doesn't want to do too many draft horses. So he feels, I mean, he does mine, and I appreciate it so much. So I try to do some of myself and have Andy, my other neighbor, do some of them also. Andy is a young, starting out farrier, and he actually worked with Eli for a while. And so he's just learning still, and he's doing a great job. And so by having both of them, I can kind of spread things around so that I don't have to do a lot of shoeing, which is great by me. But when I have rainy days and have a little extra time, I try to do some of the shoeing myself, so just to cut back on the cost of it all, of course. But I am very fortunate to have both of these guys helping me out as they do. Let me get the trailer backed up to the barn, and then I've got June spent her first night in the barn with Bree, and so we gotta let her out right now with Lady, and so she can get some milk out of her, and I'll explain a few things even more as I get there. I've got to get my side windows in my trailer. It's starting to get cold in the morning, and be a cold ride for Bill, even though it takes just a couple minutes to go up to Eli's. So let's go see how June is doing. Of course, I've already fed him quite a while ago now, and I'm just coming out, and I'm going to let her ride out with her mom. There you go. Bree also will go right outside too. we just do one at a time. There's water outside so she can drink out there. There we go. It's kind of a pain with this gate because she needs to stay way back so I can get the gate open. Get back, get back. Come here, come here, come here. Come on. Come on. Oh. Let's see what she does when she sees Mama. Go to Mama. Come on. Get. 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 There you have a happy mother and daughter. Today's October 15th, so she is just a little bit over 4 months. And I usually wait until they're 5 months old to wean them. But I decided since it's starting to get cool like this, I'm gonna, most nights at least, try and get her in at night so she'll spend the night in the barn. And I might wean her a little bit early, she's done so well. And so I might wean her at 4.5 months, which is just in a couple weeks from now. And But having just once a day feeding like this and leaving her inside at night will be perfectly fine for both mom and daughter. So anyways, we'll get Bill loaded up and I'll take him up to the hunch to Eli's, and then I will see about getting shoes on Duke. Come here. Skip, you all right?
Wipe his feet off.
We'll see you too. Okay, so I just finished up with Duke. All 4 feet are done with him. We'll go on to something bigger and better. Get it.